This is GG4 News with anchors Cassandra Coyle and Brock Bullhorn.
Evening. I'm Cassandra Coyle, and with me is Brock Bullhorn.
Moo!
Recently, the Goodman Games fan community was held under the spell of the Dark Master, as he and his soul-bound servants made several important announcements about the future of Goodman Games.
Yes, much knowledge was imparted upon the masses about many subjects. Here are some highlights.
In our last broadcast, we learned that our very own Brock Bullhorn had challenged Gorgar to a fight, and we had an exclusive interview detailing the results.
Cassandra, what are you doing?
But recently, GG4 News was shocked to learn that the interview had been selectively edited.
I don't think we need to revisit this. I mean, personally...
Here for the first time is Gorgar's unedited interview.
Gorgar, what happened when we fought?
Gorgar, speak. You got hurt. Gorgar, speak. You.
Well, let's go to Bricky with the weather. Bricky?
No, Bricky, I think you should stay there for a while. Brock is definitely still holding a grudge.
I will destroy you!
You really need to learn to let things go, Brock. The stress isn't good for your marbling.
My what?
Never mind.
This week, the nation celebrates a dark holiday, the blackest of Fridays.
It is anticipated that the nationwide death toll from Black Friday will exceed 1 trillion slain, injured, banished, and discorporated.
Mobs of shoppers have been seen storming the Goodman Games U.S. online store to save up to 40% on most Goodman Games releases.
Are you ready? Light your torches and go!
I'm told that the 40% discount also applies to Goodman Games apparel.
That's right! T-shirts and hoodies are also 40% off. In addition, most indie publisher items are 20% off. With free shipping on orders over $150, you can truly load yourself up.
Load them up, Brock. The holiday sale is all about gift giving for the season.
I could give myself gifts. I know exactly what I want.
There may even be a few more surprises to come.
More surprises?
And for places that are not under the shadow of Black Friday, just in time for Krampusnacht, the Goodman Games UK and EU online store is offering 20% off almost all in-store items.
Storm the gates! Blood for the Minotaur King!
Well, that was exciting.
Today, the Goodman Games warehouse team shipped their 15,000th package of the year.
This accomplishment was overseen by Molan himself, and we are told that there may be a few surprises in store for the lucky recipient. Or unlucky, depending on what Molan considers a surprise.
Absolutely thrilling! That number of packages could be used to build an obelisk, a shipping shrine rising 78 feet into the air. standing even taller than the ancient Heliopolis obelisk in Cairo. In fact, it would be just taller than either of Cleopatra's Needles, a towering monument to cardboard and bubble wrap!
Careful, Brock. You don't want to bring down any ancient curses on our heads.
Molon will protect us. He's face down worse than ancient Egyptian spirits.
Greetings, Reavers! It is I, Molon, Lord of Chaos, and I bring to you a very special message. Folks, with the holidays upon us, we have reached our 15,000th package. Fantastic, folks. Lovely stuff. This is going out to Cedar City, Utah. Absolutely wonderful. We're packing in plenty of special goodies for you folks that we're sending it out to, because this is a momentous occasion. Now, folks, here at the Fortress, we want to wish all of you a happy holiday season. And remember, the best times that we can have with our friends are murdering them all mercilessly in our dungeons. So get more Dungeon Crawl Classics. Check it out. And with that, Molon out!
Up next, Feast of the Cyclops Con. Tell us about it, Brock.
Feast of the Cyclops Con has concluded, but folks are still talking about all the fun that was had. This year included 101 virtual table events and seminars. Highlights included the inaugural Augusta XGL Pro-Am Invitational, seminars on map making, and, of course, a number of Cyclops-themed adventures, including Cyclops Cove, Eye of the Cyclops, and the special celebrity fundraiser stream, Feast of the Cyclops.
That game featured Judge Harley Stroh and raised $1,000 for Alzheimer research. Judge Harley, along with guests Stephen Newton, Jen Brinkman, Bob Brinkman, Julian Bernick, Marzia Mashedri, and legendary RPG artist Errol Otis, had a grand time. Word is that they may even reconvene soon to complete the adventure.
Now that the Cyclops has turned his gaze towards other matters, those not in attendance may once more find it safe to roam the streets in the dark of night.
Brock, you know that it isn't safe to send people wandering around in the dark, right? We could face some sort of liability. Oh, that's better. Things should be fine then. At least, so long as they don't find themselves in a labyrinth.
Now, Cassandra, I'm certain that our viewers can find their way out. If not, I will be happy to guide them to my dining hall.
That is what the network is afraid of, Brock. We can't have you devouring our audience, red string or no.
And now, back to Bricky for tonight's Lucky Chaos Lottery numbers. You have recently announced Pinball Crawl Classics, and the world knows your love of the Silver Ball Ballet.
It's funny you mentioned that. It just so happens that I found Barcade, which is a combination bar arcade with great pinball machines, just last night. So I played a little bit of mostly T2, Back to the Future. They didn't have my favorites like Gorgar and Swords of Fury, but I did pretty good in T2. My high score is 21 million. I got up to 9 on that machine, but it's the good thing about pinball is every machine's a little different. This one's keyed different than the one near my house. So obviously that's why I didn't get a high score. But I did find some pinball, which was good.
How did you set about choosing the machines that have been licensed for Pinball Crawl Classics?
We wanted to do classic fantasy, and a big part of it was the art. There's amazing art on sort of the original iconic pinball machines from the 70s and 80s. Nowadays, they all license Stranger Things or Star Wars or something like that, which is great. But if you want to go back to where pinball had original storylines, some of them had the same kind of art that you would find in D&D Adventures. In fact, you may not know this, but the early AD&D adventure screen that was that yellow color that kind of folded out and was an like odd aspect ratio, that art was originally designed for the D&D pinball machine, and the license never came to pass. So a lot of it is frankly a style of art and fantasy theme. Gameplay, not so much, because obviously, we'll play the DCC rules, not the flippers.
You were signing autographs at the booth. Do you have a favorite fan interaction which sticks out in your mind?
That's a great question. Yes, there was one woman whose mind was blown by the game itself, and the fact that at cons we sell the softcover rulebook for $10. So if you ever get a chance to come to the con, we give an amazing deal. We want to get people, give them a chance to play the game, make it affordable. At the cons, we can afford to do that. And we have so many other adventures, dice, settings, etc. So once you try it out, often you come back and we can afford that lost leader. But there was one woman who was so happy and enthusiastic and kept not trusting me and trying to find the catch. I eventually persuaded her, there's no catch. This is real. You can buy this and we're not going to come after you or make you sign a form or anything like that.
For those who did not attend PAX Unplugged this year, what can you tell them about the convention to entice them to make the pilgrimage next year?
I don't know, slightly different fan base, but what makes it special is the play. They have enormous halls of just drop-in play, enormous game libraries. It's really kind of a player's con, I think, more so than an exhibit hall con, even though there is obviously an exhibit hall. So I'd say if you love playing, this is a great con to come and find a pickup game.
So, between you and me, what's Bob the World Builder really like?
He's a really nice guy. We had breakfast the other day. I got to hang out with his wife a little bit. I learned the origin story of how they met and got married, which, Bob, you should probably tell that on your channel sometime. It's a great story. But, he's a real diehard D&D player, DCC player, RPG enthusiast, and that's who we want in this industry. So it's great to get to know him a little bit and great to see his enthusiasm.
Do you have any parting words of wisdom to bestow upon your followers?
Yeah, make sure if you're working the con, you wear good shoes and you get those foam pads. Because these shows with the concrete floors, man, by day 2, ouch. And don't forget to always find your local pinball bar. You got to fit in some pinball, along with the board games, the RPGs, the minis, the dice, and everything else. Thanks, Brock and Cassandra, tuning in live from Philadelphia. See you later.
Again, I thank the Dark Master for taking the time to answer the questions of this humble supplicant.
I think you mean sycophant.
What was that, Cassandra?
Oh, nothing. Those attending PAX Unplugged were also honored to have an actual god in their midst. A being so powerful that he has mastered the art of creation. Bob the World Builder, welcome!
Thank you so much for having me. Happy to be here, yeah.
So, Mr. World Builder, tell us of this world you have built. What is it named and when will it be finished?
Many worlds. So, finishing, I don't think we ever really finish the worlds we work on. One that you might have heard of is my little setting Scrim that I am kind of constantly adding things to, mostly just for my home games, but that could end up in a book eventually. So there will be some finished version, I guess, of that in the future.
You are well known for your enjoyment of both Dungeons & Dragons and Dungeon Crawl Classics. While both are similar, both have their differences. If you could choose one rule or aspect from DCC RPG to include in D&D, which would it be?
Oh, the one I tell people all the time, the spells. That was one of the first things that I took from DCC and started shoving into other games, was the random tables for spells, just using that as like a scroll or a potion or something. It's so easy to make what would otherwise be like a not necessarily boring spell from another game and just make it way more exciting for the players.
What has been your favorite PAX Unplugged moment?
I gotta say, I think just everybody that I've been able to meet here, not only viewers of the channel, but fellow content creators. This is what cons are for, are just saying hi to people, talking about the things we love. It's great stuff.
Thank you, Bob. It was great talking to you and truly an honor meeting you.
Who is the sycophant now? I've got nothing.
Brock has nothing. Now that's the news. I'm Cassandra Coyle.
And I'm Brock Bullhorn. And this has been all of the news that moves the community.